All righty. Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here with us today. My name is Jack McMahon. I know you're pretty familiar with me at this point. If you've been on other webinars, we've got a great team and a great presentation for you today. I know this is normal or not normal with our usual time at 11 o'clock Central. We're here at 9, but that's because we've got the team from Taiwan here. So really, really special speakers today. Thank you, speakers, in advance for making the time for us. I know it's off of normal work hours for all of you, but we really appreciate you being here. Now, before we get started, just so you know, this is a Zoom webinar, so it is being recorded. Please stay on mute while the speakers are presenting. Everybody wants to hear what they say, but we will have time for plenty of questions. If you're comfortable, have your camera on. We'd love to see your smiling faces. Makes it a little less awkward for the rest of us that are on camera. If you have a question, you can use the raise hand function or go into the chat and post your question. We will try and answer every single question that we can. If we don't get to your question, don't worry. We will be writing it down and sharing it later along with the recording of the video. And most importantly, have fun, right? We're here for you. The team made some time for you. They're here to answer all of your questions. You can get real technical if you want to. So this will be a really exciting hour for everybody. And don't forget, at the end, we will have our post-event survey. So please pay attention for that. We will drop the link in chat at the end, as well as send out an email to everybody that is here today. You could be one of the 4 lucky people to win a $25 Amazon gift card. So that always helps, especially now that we're getting into summer. At least here in North America, we're getting into the summer. So it's pretty exciting time to have that extra $25 to spend for a pool floaty, for drinks, for a new cooler, whatever you choose to use it on. Just a reminder, next week, we have Masood coming for Command Configure and Deploy Custom Update Catalog. So pay attention to that. I'm sure you've gotten a couple emails already. We've gotten some good reg numbers there, but we look forward to seeing you. Masood's a regular with us. So if you've been with us for a while, if you're active in the community, you know Masood. Masood's a great presenter and is looking forward to bringing you this content next week. Another reminder, if you're in Vegas, come hang out with us. We have our networking reception at Libertine Social from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock. That is in Vegas time. So if you're there, please join us. It will be a really fun party. There are free drinks. So keep in mind of that. It is pretty fun. We're going to have a lot of different activities like prize raffle, trivia, photo booth, and the tech rally. So if you want your hands on the latest and greatest of Dell, this would be your opportunity to do that at Dell Tech World. Another reminder, we are combining the communities. I know we've been saying this for a while, but we go live next week. So on socials, make sure you follow Dell Technologies User Community on both Twitter and LinkedIn. That's where you hear the latest and greatest. Dell Client Community and Dell Unified Workspace are no longer existent. So make sure you follow on these socials so you can stay up to date. You see that beautiful gold check mark. We got that yesterday, so we're pretty happy for that on Twitter. That's a big deal, and everybody in the social world, you know what I'm talking about. And last but not least, I'm going to introduce our speakers. I'll just do a quick introduction, but they'll all introduce themselves. I'm going to hand this off to Jessica here in a moment. She is the OptiPlex and go-to-market lead at Dell. Then we'll hear from Mike, and the rest of the team will have a great opportunity to introduce themselves. I don't want to bore you. They can introduce themselves better than I can. But last but not least, may the 4th be with you. I had to throw a Star Wars joke in there. It is today. But without further ado, Jess, you're up.
All right. Thank you so much. Let me share my screen. Let's get this started. All righty. That 1 second to change. All right. So my name is Jessie. I am a go-to-market lead. I am very happy to be here with you guys because we are celebrating 30 years of Opti. So very exciting times for Opti. Taking advantage, we will also be at Dell Tech World. So make sure to go to the main event Monday night. We're going to have a big Opti celebration. If you are around, make sure to stop by. There are going to be prizes. It's going to be lots of fun. So whoever's going, be sure to look into our Opti celebration. I am pleased and honored to be here with my launch team based in Taiwan. So they're going to give you guys all the good and great details about all of our new products. So with that, I wanted to start first on why Opti. So of course, as I said, we are celebrating 30 years of customer-led innovation. We always listen to our customers, and that leads us to great innovation throughout our products. This year, we are easier to own and manage. We are going to be talking about the whole desktop transformation and how we've become just OptiPlex, no more 3, 5, and 7 series. It's we listened to all of our customers, and we decided to simplify, make things easier for you guys. And we're going to be hearing about that in a bit. We are considered the most intelligent PCs with our Dell Optimizer software. So we've got things like intelligent audio that reduces background noise. We've got intelligent privacy and express signing now in select configurations for our all-in-ones and with select Dell monitors. We've got express response as well for performance with our applications. And of course, we've got ultimate performance and expandability now with our new Intel 13th generation processors that go up to i9 and then 125 watts on our tower. You're going to get great performance. And just between our previous generation and our new generation, we are seeing performance increases of up to 16%, which are amazing for our everyday and everything we do in terms of multitasking and running a bunch of different programs at the same time. And of course, great expandability within all of our products. We've got a lot of ecosystem options for you guys. So all of the mounting options for our micro products. We are number 1 with all of our displays as well. And we've got new designed stands for our all-in-ones. We are smart and sustainable. So we are always focusing on not only making work better, but also our environment. So we always work with sustainability in mind as well. We are pleased to introduce recycled steel into some of our OptiPlex products. We have up to 59.6% of recycled plastic in our products. We've got ocean-bound plastics in the fan of our micro. And of course, we've got EPEAT, we've got TCO, all of that stuff for you guys. And of course, packaging is 100% recyclable. We are also considered most secure. So we've got great things around security where we can detect if the BIOS has been compromised. We've got Dell Secure ID to keep credentials safe. And we also have a safe supply chain to make sure that everything you ordered, it's exactly as you ordered and hasn't been tampered with. We are reliably built. And of course, we've got flexible OS and management options. So lots of good stuff for our Opti. Now, getting into our portfolio, as I said, there are not going to be any more series. So we have our all-in-ones, our micro, small form factor, and towers. And we also have our long life cycle products like XE4 and our 3000 thin client that are going to continue through this launch as well. So getting into the desktop transformation. As I said, we no longer are going to have 3, 5, and 7 series. This is going to simplify maintenance. So you're going to have a single BIOS across all the towers. So micro, small form factor, and tower, and then a different BIOS for all-in-ones. but that's definitely going to simplify your maintenance. You're going to have simpler purchase experience, meaning basically you have two steps now. You select your form factor, and then you select the features that go to that form factor. And of course, the same great configurability. So even though we are simplifying every single configuration that you were used to ordering or having, you're still going to get with this new experience that we're doing. So again, as I mentioned, it's going to be two simple steps. You choose your form factor, either micro, tower, small form factor, or all-in-one, and then you customize your features. When you customize your features, you might get an OptiPlex product or a Plus configuration. So let's get into configurations in our next slide here. So configuration options. What is this? What are we talking about? So think of these configuration options sort of like when you're buying a car, right? So you go in and you have different versions of the same car. So you can get your first standard car, or if you want a little bit more premium, then you can upgrade to the next package. So it's sort of the same thing with our Opti products now. You can choose your Opti, which is going to be basically your standard commercial desktop. It's going to have a lot of fit for majority of customers and use cases. But if you want a little bit higher performance or more expandability or more graphic options, then you could move up to our Plus configuration. And we're going to get into details as to what is what in a couple of next slides. So another big thing that you might be thinking is, okay, if our products are just going to be OptiPlex, what are we going to do when we get to next year and we launch a new OptiPlex? How am I going to be able to tell which is which? Or if I have an issue and need to call tech support or services, how do I identify it? So there is going to be a label on the side of your product with all the information. And on that label, you will see a number there. So this generation, for example, all of our towers are going to be 7010. Our all-in-ones are going to be 7410. So next year, we're going to switch to 7020 and 7420 and so on with each year. Where can you find this number? You're only going to find it in that sticker on your product, in your BIOS, and your invoice. Okay, so if you need to identify your product, this is a way you will be able to identify it. Because in the front of our product, you're just going to have OptiPlex. There's not going to be any number in the bezel itself. Okay. So a little bit around our experience now on Dell.com. On the left is what we used to have. All the series, everything, a lot of information there. What we're trying to do for you guys is simplify, make it easier. So on the right, you see our new page. You just have 4 products to choose from, all-in-one, micro, small form factor, tower. If you click on, for example, there, the small form factor, you would get what you see in the bottom there. So right now you're going to get what we call the new OptiPlex small form factor. And then since we are still transitioning out, you will still see the 7000, 5000, and 3000, which are our previous generation products. But once those are transitioned out, you will only basically be seeing the new small form factor. Now, if you click on that new small form factor, this is what you'll see. You can still click on this arrow and toggle between the different models. So if you still need to check out the 3000 or the 5000 or the 7000, you can still go and check those out. And then depending on the selection of your features, you can see here at the top, that you can have your standard small form factor or your plus configuration, and that will give you the different options you can select. Okay, so before I get into more of the products and a little bit more explanation on each of the form factors, I'm gonna show you guys a video. So let me just toggle back to that video. 1 second here. All right, here it goes. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that video. It talks a little bit about our whole desktop transformation and everything that's new with our products that we will also be getting into in a couple more slides. Second. There we go. All right, so if we talk a little bit more about our form factors, oops, sorry about that. Let me go back. Okay, there it is. So our all-in-one is designed to work in comfort. It's got an ergonomic stand. We've got low blue light certified displays. It's a perfect solution for front desk kiosks. It's a great one for collaboration since it's got the built-in camera and speakers. Our tower, it's got exceptional productivity and expandability. It's the most powerful desktop that we have. Small form factor, this is a business desktop. It's designed for performance. It's still got a slim design and it's still got a lot of port options and to support all of your needs. And the micro is the ultra compact desktop, and it's got a lot of flexible mounting options to integrate into monitors. It's a clutter-free solution, ideal for office, even home, working from home. You can basically put that little computer anywhere under your desk, behind your monitor, you name it. It's very, very flexible, and it's still got a lot of good performance. So all of our products have great security and management. And in terms of usage, I mean, all of our products go into government, healthcare, education, financial services. The all-in-one might also be a good fit for lab or retail point of sales, for example. Okay, so you might be wondering, okay, maybe right now I have a 3000, a 5000, or a 7000 series. How do I transition to this new OptiPlex solutions that we have right now? So if basically you can transition from all of your products to either the OptiPlex or the Plus configuration. It's more depending on what features you need. So if For example, on tower and small form factor, you need between Celeron and i5, and micro, you can go up to i7. You only need 64 gigs of memory, DDR4. You can get integrated or discrete graphics, essential storage options, 8 USB-As on tower and small form factor, 6 on micro, 1 native DisplayPort and 1 HDMI, a 1-year base warranty, and vPro. Then you can select OptiPlex. Okay, now if you need a little bit more, then if you select the plus configuration on the tower and small form factor, you could get up to i9. On the micro as well, you can get up to 128 gigs of memory on tower and small form factor. You can get DDR5 memory. We can support VR for some discrete graphics on our tower. We can have multi-storage options. We have Type-C USB ports, and we have 3 native display ports, as well as 3 years base warranty. Something that's new this year is that we do offer vPro Essentials and Enterprise throughout our entire portfolio. So if you select either our Opti or Plus configuration, you are able to get that option. We also offer modern standby throughout both of the configurations. And we also offer Optimizer. So these 3 things will be available throughout all of our Opti configurations. Now, transitioning from all-in-ones, it's something kind of similar. So for our all-in-one base configurations, we actually have 2 different configurations. They both come in dark gray. The 35 watt, which is the one you see in the bottom, can be configured up to i5 processors with DDR4 memory, a single M.2 storage. It's got fixed and height adjustable stands, a full HD camera, USB Type-C, and again, the vPro Enterprise. And this one comes with an external power adapter, okay? The 65 watt can go up to i7 processors. It's got DDR5 memory. It's got dual M.2 storage. Again, the fixed and height adjustable stands, full HD camera, Type-C, and vPro. If you need something extra, then we've got the Plus configuration, which goes up to i9. It has DDR5 memory, dual M.2 storage, and RAID. This one has optional discrete graphics. It comes in a silver color. And additional to the fixed and height adjustable stand, we also have a height adjustable stand with ODD. It comes with a full HD camera and an optional 5 megapixel IR camera, where you can implement express sign-in and intelligent privacy, USB Type-C, and of course, vPro Enterprise. Okay, so we're gonna do a little something to get you guys involved into this presentation. So I'm gonna name a little descriptions about our form factors, and I want you guys to help me and see which of these options is the correct one. So when I describe the product, I want you guys to click on your reaction buttons. If you think it's the small form factor, you click on that little hands that are clapping. If you think it's the micro, the thumbs up. If you think it's the tower, the heart. And if you think it's the all-in-one, the celebration thing, okay? So this form factor that we're talking about, it's got sleek aesthetics, it's got very easy deployment, it's used for collaboration, it's got a minimal footprint, it's got good performance, it's got a built-in camera and speakers, it's got touch and non-touch options, and it's great for all collaboration spaces. So which one do you think it is? Give you all a couple of minutes to put it on the chat. So the correct answer for this one is actually the all-in-one. So everybody that chose all-in-one, you are correct. This is the one that we recommend for collaboration. It's got built-in camera, speakers, touch, non-touch options. Okay, so we're gonna do another one here. This one has great performance. It's in a slim design. It does support AMD discrete graphics. We offer an all-in-one stand, and it's highly expandable, no compromise on port options. So I'll give you all a couple of minutes. Okay, so this is actually a tricky one. This one is actually the small form factor. So all of you that said small form factor, you're correct. It is smaller, slim design. The thing that gives this one away is that we offer discrete graphics. So remember, we do not offer that on the Micro. And we also offer an all-in-one stand for the small form factor. So, okay, next one. This one is top performance and expandability. It's ready for virtual reality. It's got the ultimate expandability and storage options. You all got that one, so good job. That one is the tower. And this one should be very easy. It's the super compact solution, flexible mounting options. We've got a lot of productivity in an ultra compact desktop. We've got all-in-one stand, custom mounts, modular, minimal designs. It can be mounted behind large monitors in conference room, collaboration spaces. What is it? All right, so I think you all got it. This one is the Micro. So good job, guys. This is your first piece, selecting your form factor when you're taking the decision, and then we go into the features. So to get into the features, I'm going to hand it over to our launch team to go over all of the details for all of our products. So I think, Shahan, is this you?
Yes, it's me. Hi,
Awesome.
everyone. I'm Shanghan from Taipei, Taiwan, and good morning, everyone. I joined Dell in 2016, and now I'm the launch manager for the tower and the small form factor. So let's start from the standard tower chassis. As Jesse just mentioned, now we have the one model, the single BIOS, this thing, and it's across all the platforms and chassis. And one thing I want to remind everyone is the size of the tower. You can see at the left, bottom left, I put about 15 liter. The reason I want to reinforce this is that because on tower, we have two different sizes. When we go on to the next slide later on, you can see the size is a little bit bigger on Plus than the tower. So that's the thing I want to remind everyone. And moving to the productivity in the middle, we have the 13th gen CPU compared with the 12th gen. Also, of course, we have the new CPU and it's time to market. And we have two AMD cards. They are the basic AMD GPU to give you the work that you want to do for like simple rendering or modeling. If you want to have higher performance like VR capable, or more advanced modeling or rendering, we have two NVIDIA cards on the Plus. We can see that later on. And on the standard, we have the DDR4 memory, and there are 2 slots. And as for the SSD, we have the SSD as the boot drive, and there are hard drive as the optional storage options. And we have 8 USB ports, a DP port, a native DP ports, and native HDMI ports. These are the same as the predecessor. I mean the one we're shipping, we launched last year and still shipping right now. So the ports are the same. And if you have other video needs, there are optional video ports like VGA, HDMI, and DP, and their support up to 5K. And on our products, we can support up to 4 displays at the same time. And as for the PCIe slots, there are 3 compared with 4 on the Plus. And of course, we have the EP Gold on our products. And let's move to the right-hand side. the Intel vPro manageability. As JC just mentioned, we have the enterprise and essential across the board. So this is different from what we're shipping last year, because last year only the 7000 has the enterprise, but this year all the products has the enterprise and the essential. And there's a new feature called user presence detection. It gives you a feature like when you walk away, your display will be dim, or when you approach, the display will be wake up. So because the tower itself doesn't come with the camera or like notebook or all-in-one, so this, if you want to adopt this feature, it has to go along with Dell qualified webcam or the conferencing monitors. And I think I saw a question just pop up. So on the tower standard, the CPU up to Core i5. If you want to go with higher, like i7 or i9, the option is the Tower Plus. Okay, so moving to the Tower Plus, you can see, let's start from the chassis size. It's almost 19 liters, so it's bigger than the standard one. And moving to the middle section, as I said, if you need the higher performance CPU like i7 or i9, plus is your option, is your choice. And we can see the GPU. Like I said, there are two advanced graphic card. They are the NVIDIA 3070 and 3050. They are the VR capable graphic cards. And moving to the memory on the Plus, across the form factors, we have the DDR5 compared with the standard as DDR4. So that's the difference. And as for the ports, we have 10 USB ports on the Plus, and one of them is the Type-C. So if you need a native Type-C port, please choose Plus form factor. And the native video ports, there are 3 native DP ports. There's no native HDMI port. So if you need the HDMI ports to connect your display, you can choose as for your optional video port. So you can see there's VGA, HDMI, DP, and also the Type-C options on the Plus configuration. And it's the same for like Plus, that it support up to 4 display at the same time. And there's 4 PCIe slots. If you still remember, on the standard, there's 3, so it's 4 versus 3. And the right-hand side, the manageability, they are the same as the tower standard. All right, so moving to the small form factor. And by the way, if you do have question for the tower after I finish my parts, I'll go look into and answer your question. So feel free to drop your question in the chat box. So let's take a look at the small form factor. The size of the small form factor and the standard and the Plus, the size is the same. So it's only one size. And as for the productivity, actually, if you compare this slide, the small form factor standard versus the tower standard, they're pretty much alike. So for example, the CPU is up to i5, and there are 2 AMD graphic card, DDR4, 8 USB ports. The difference is the PCIe slot. It's 2 versus mini towers 3. So that's the difference. So that's just go very quick for a spec. So like I said, if you do have question, feel free to drop the question in the chat box. So let's move to the small form factor Plus on the next slide. Yeah, so the chassis size is the same. The productivity is pretty much alike the mini tower Plus, but the difference is that there's no NVIDIA cards on the small form factor. So if you do need advanced GPU options, mini tower Plus is your choice. And as for the USB ports or the DP native DP ports, they're alike at the tower. And the same for the PCI slot on the small form factor, there are only 2. So if you do need other PCIe solutions like the USB or the PS2 slots, that kind of options. If you do need more and more options to suit your needs, tower may be your choice. So that's all for the tower and the small form factor. So thank you. So let me hand over to my colleague, Mike.
Hey everyone. Let me see. Can you all see me? Right. Okay. Thank you, Xiaohan. So good morning, everyone. This is Mike here. And I'd like to start off on the design philosophy behind the L new Micro. So our goal here is to provide a good everyday performance with all the key features needed for mainstream use cases, applications, and manageability at an affordable price point. So some of the key differentiators compared to our Alder Lake offering last year include the 13th gen Intel CPU up to iCore 7 on our standard configuration, modern standby, and full vPro compatibility on all of our offerings, and enhanced security features such as user presence detection and coupled with selected peripherals like Xiaohan just mentioned for the tower. And last but least, we're offering an optional USB-C module with the power delivery and supported up to 90 watt. This is a new feature on our Raptor Lake offering. So this makes it possible for a single cable setup when connected to a compatible USB-C hub monitor, where data, video, and power is all supported through a single USB-C cable. Okay, next page, please, Jessica. So here we are able to demonstrate a potential all-in-one like setup enabled through the new single cable solution. The all-in-one standard is optional, but makes it very easy to create a clutter-free workspace. Now, the display itself must support USB-C power delivery of 90 watt and above recommended. And on our Dell website, you will be able to find monitors from U, C, and P series with this specification. Now, there are some very important information I'd like to share with you all to take note here. First, this setup is supported only on our non-plus micro configurations. So this is not supported on the plus due to the power requirement. So please take a note of that. Also, the optional USB-C module with power delivery must be installed on the unit for this feature to work, and it must be coupled with a compatible USB-C cable. Okay, so next slide, please, Jessica.
Oops, 1 second.
Yep. Whoop. Okay, so having talked through our micro standard, let's not forget our plus configuration, which supports up to Core i9 65 watt CPUs. It also supports the 35 watt, giving it a very flexible CPU portfolio. So this allows us to deliver a high performance you'd expect from a powerful desktop, but in a compact micro form factor. It's definitely the choice for heavy workload, and it also comes with DDR5 and dual SSD options to set you up for the future. And let's not forget that it also comes with a native USB-C port and 3 display ports for the display output. Okay, so with that, I will hand it over to Patty for all-in-one. Thank you very much.
Hello, everyone. This is Patty, a launch manager for OptiPlex All-in-One. Today, I'm here to introduce the new AIO for your better understanding. Here you can see the main change for the new AIO is the ID. So the design is very clean and elegant for the neat workplaces. For here is the standard AIO. The back cover is dark gray, and we have the 2 options for stands. One is fixed stand, another one is high adjustable stand. And we also have a 100% low blue light display for both touch and non-touch configurations. This is to reduce the harmful blue lights and to optimize the eye comfort, especially in current all-day usage scenarios. Also, we enabled DDR5 memory for 65 watts design and keep DDR4 for 35 watt design. And the port support will be up to 1 Type-C port. This is 3.2 Gen 2. And for display port out, we have 1 DP 1.4 and 1 HDMI 2.1 to 65 watts design and 1 DP 1.4 for 35 watt design. And we also have the EP Go and TCO Gen 9 compliant in selected configurations. And the new input guardian, this is to secure to ensure our stable power supply with our patent granted to Dell team. And for intelligence, we are enabled vPro Enterprise Essential for across all the configurations. Next page. Okay, let's move to the AIO Plus. This is the silver in back cover, and the additional stand to AIO standard is a high adjustable stand with optical drive. And let's focus on the weighted highlights here, because this is the difference from AIO standard. The difference is that we have the discrete graphics option, and the ports were up to Type-C 3.20 Gen 2x2. And for intelligent features, we have the new 5-megapixel IR camera with express sign and intelligent privacy. This is to provide the best intelligent and secure experience with presence detection features. Also, we have 2 pieces of 5-watt speakers that provides a better audio experience. So same as the AIO standard, AIO Plus supports 100% low blue light panel, DDR5 memory, EPGO and TCO compliant input guardian, and also be across all the configurations. So this is the brief introduction for the new OptiPlex all-in-one. Hope you enjoy. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, guys. So what we're gonna do next is Mike and I are gonna do some role playing here. And we're gonna do like a customers calling and need some specific features. And afterwards, we're gonna ask you guys what configuration you think you would recommend. Okay, so I'm gonna start off, and we're gonna be calling each other different names. So, hey Jan, I'm calling because I need to refresh my 3000 series micro portfolio. Could you please help me out?
Hi, Tampy. Of course, I'll be more than happy to help you. Can you let me know what your main focus areas are for this refresh?
Of course. So as you know, we have space restrictions. So we definitely need to stay with the micro form factor. We are happy with performance and we do have limited budget, but we do need at least HDMI and VGA, and we need Intel vPro technology, so need a supportable system for that.
So going through your prior order history, I see that you have purchased a 3000 series micro with i5 CPU, DDR4 memory, and a 256GB SSD. Is that correct? And would you like to keep those same specs?
Yes, that is correct. We would consider moving to a maximum of i7, but we would have to check budget. And we don't need to transition to DDR5 yet. I do need a 1.
It looks like Jesse froze. Mike, if you just want to keep going.
Yeah, sure.
Parts.
No problem. So yeah, so let me check here on the right config, and so let me see. I think Tracy's controlling the slides here, so we'll probably have to wait for her to return for us to move to the next one. Anyway, so with this conversation, this is a role play to help you understand what the conversation like to help the customer choose their right config. So let's give Jesse a moment to return. Hey, Jesse, can you hear us?
Hi,
Yeah,
I'm back.
back.
Sorry, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that.
No problem.
Let me try to move. Okay. All right. So after that description, and sorry about my computer, what solution would you recommend for Tambi? The summary is, it is a 3000 micro user. They could do a Core i5 or i7. They want to stay with DDR4. They want 1 HDMI and 1 VGA, the 1 cable solution, and Intel vPro. So if you think it's the OptiPlex Micro, do the clapping. And if you think it's the plus configuration, do the thumbs up. All right, so the correct answer is everybody that did the clapping. You are correct. We could do up to i7 with the OptiPlex Micro. The native ports that the OptiPlex Micro offers are HDMI and VGA. And we only offer the 1 cable solution on the OptiPlex Micro. So that would be the correct one. So we're going to do now another example with the all-in-one.
All right. Hey, Amy, I'm calling to seek help on refreshing my 6400 all-in-one portfolio. Can you help me with that?
Of course, Phil. I will be glad to help you. Could you please let me know what your main focus areas are for this refresh?
I think from a performance standpoint, the i5s work well, but as our users tend to spend time crunching large data files, we are looking to upgrade our memory to the new DDR5s. We also need to move to SSD drive to enhance productivity, and we need also to keep the Type-C ports as well as the display ports and HDMI ins and the HDMI outs.
Okay, perfect. What about graphics? Would you like to upgrade to a silver finish?
Well, I think the integrated graphics options are fine as it is. And in terms of finish, I like to go with dark gray as it matches the color of our office better. And before I forget, we also need high adjustable stands. Those stands have been fantastic for us.
All right, let me check here. So what solution would you recommend for Phil? Remember, he is a 7400 all-in-one user with Core i5. You want to upgrade to DDR5. Wants SSD, a Type-C port, display, and HDMI in and out, integrated graphics, and dark gray color. So if it's the all-in-one 35 watt, you would put the clapping. If it's the OptiPlex all-in-one 65 watt, you do the thumbs up. And if you want the plus configuration, you do the little heart. All right, so this is actually a tricky one. The correct answer is going to be the OptiPlex all-in-one 65 watts. So everybody that did the thumbs up, you are correct. The key thing here was that they wanted to continue with the dark gray color. So that's what makes the difference between the 65 watt and the plus configuration. All of the other things are basically met the criteria of both the 65 watt and the plus configuration in terms of the customer's requirements. So that is actually everything we have for you today. Thank you all for joining us. I apologize once more time for the technical difficulties. I hope you enjoyed the presentation, and be sure to go, if you're at Vegas, make sure to stop by and celebrate with us. We are very happy with this new launch and the whole desktop transformation experience.
Yes, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you, Patty. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, the entire team. This was super informative, and if you're in Vegas, you're lucky. You've just got invited to two parties. So you've got the OptiPlex party and then the Dell Technologies User Community party. So if you're there, have fun. We did have some time for questions, but if there's any more questions that come in, we'll hang on for just a moment. We do have 5 minutes left, so I'll keep an eye on chat to see if there's any more questions, but we did have time to answer quite a few. Yeah, Tim, looks like you're ready to party in Vegas. Come on down. We'll have a good time with you. Andy's asking where the OptiPlex party is. So Jesse, you want to answer that one?
Yeah, so this one's actually going to be at the main event. So Monday night, around 5 p.m., make sure to stop by at the Village. We're going to have a band there playing in the amphitheater. We're going to be handing out some popcorn boxes. So some of them are going to have a winning ticket. And after that, once the expo opens, make sure to go into the Future of Work booth in the Opti space. You're gonna, definitely going to be able to find it. We're going to have some cookie shots, champagne, lots of celebration and entertainment flowing around our booth. So make sure to drop on by, and good luck to all you guys. Hope you all win some prizes.
Everyone loves prizes. It looks like we did get a question in the chat about some Dell desktop BIOS that doesn't check smart on hard drive during boot up. Anybody on the call feel like answering that one from, I believe it was Trevor again, who's been asking a lot of great questions today. Oh, no, this was Kathy. Sorry, Kathy.
So I think this one we might have to get back. So let's get back with the recording.
Absolutely. So yeah, we will take this question, Kathy, and we will put our brains together, get an answer for you, and we will post this with the recording. So I saw some other questions in there about where the recording is going to be. It's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be on Dell Client Community. It's going to be on Unified Workspace Community. And as of May 10th, all of those communities will just be one. So we'll still have the YouTube page, but then it will also be on Dell Technologies User Community's site. So the quickest way you can get to it, if you want to check this out on Monday, then that will probably, at least the recording, the questions might come a little after, but we'll try and get that up on Monday as well. Will be on YouTube. So pay attention to that, and that'll be there. Yeah, Andy, thanks for that answer. So if there's no more questions, I'm scrolling through the chat and not seeing many, but Trevor, I do see your comment on how you're going to miss it this year. So a webinar that I can announce, something we're going to post and do on June 8th at 11 o'clock Central, is we are going to do a webinar about Dell Tech World. So all of our experiences there, what the latest and greatest was. We'll have Deeran and a few of the DTUC Advisory Council members. So if you're not able to be there in person, keep an eye out in your email. We will be setting that webinar up and getting those invites out soon. So if you want to hear what the latest and greatest was, make sure you tune into that webinar on June 8th. Yeah, but with that, if there's no more questions, we appreciate everybody's time today. We could give you 3 minutes back in your day, which I know we all need. And once again, thank you for everybody being here. Thank you to all the speakers. We will send out a post-event communications with recordings, with the survey, and get all of the questions that we weren't able to answer answered. So pay attention Monday. We should have all of that posted up along all of our sites. Any closing words from any other speakers? Yep. May the 4th be with all of us.
Thank you all for joining. Thank you for your time.